Julio Jones trade, what's the headline to come out of it, do you think?
Arthur Blank blinked. Try saying that 10 times fast. But That's what it came down to. Arthur Blank wanted a first-round pick for Julio Jones for two reasons. One, they got a second-round pick for Mohamed Sanu during the 2019 season, and then they gave up a second-round pick to get Hayden Hurst from the Ravens. Now, it was a 2 plus, what was it, 2 plus, they got a 2 plus a 5 for Hayden Hurst plus a 4. So the fingerprints were there for what ultimately happened with the 2 and a 4 from the Titans for Julio Jones and a 6. It had to be more than a 2. Blank wanted a 1. Blank had held out for a 1. And I think when Arthur Blank realized where this is going from here, training camp looming, mandatory minicamp in theory, Julio could have shown up. What do you do with Julio Jones, where he's got a $15.3 million injury guarantee and otherwise full guarantee on his salary if he shows up for mandatory minicamp? What do you do with him? I think that Blank just decided now was the time to get what I can and move on, even though if they had come up with a way to hold on to Julio Jones, maybe they would have gotten lucky and gotten that first-rounder later in the year. I just think that they were ready to move on. And, there's a chance the Titans are going to move on. If the Titans move on, what do you have? So it was time, it was smart, and they got the best deal they could under a bad set of circumstances where it was well known within the organization the player wanted out.
And so what comes with Julio is the contract, right? And what are those numbers, and how do you see Julio handling his new digs in Tennessee on that front alone, X's and O's aside?
Yeah, Rich, full contract with none of it paid by the Falcons. When the Titans traded for Ryan Tannehill a couple of years ago, the Dolphins paid $5 million of Tannehill's compensation. Very different circumstance at that time and at this time, but the Titans are going to pay the full $15.3 million guaranteed for skill, injury, and cap. There's a $2 million guarantee next year. They pick up the whole contract. But here's the thing. Even though the Jones contract, which was renegotiated 3 years ago, had a new money average of $22 million plus per year, right now it's 3 years, $38 million in change, works out to about $12.7 million per year. Watch for Julio Jones to either want a new deal on the way in the door or go out this year, have a great season, and then turn around after 2021 and say, all right, it's time to take care of me financially. But that's what whoever was trading for Julio Jones was going to end up buying. And I think that's one of the reasons why the Falcons couldn't get that first-round pick. You're taking on $15.3 million in salary obligation in a year when the cap is down, a net of $25 million, and you have a guy who's going to want another major contract as soon as now and at the latest after this season.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.